they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Getting dividends, so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soda shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to the pussy niggas just popping shit. Team my all-stars, I coach them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit's gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group time for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the ruler. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They ride by black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, then the rappers is the teeny bopper. But now I'm throwing them up for Patron premium of vodka. I put his digits on the block, modify the chopper. The full heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loud silence on it. When I'm up on the name of rapper, do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can give you the vibe around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, daddy deep. And I'm still throwing some paper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuse igniter, I'm winning coming through with the title because I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Y'all was just rocking down good with you. Hey, man, you know, I've been bumping that motherfucker one way to the prayer, man. I just want to let you know. Listen to these other niggas, man. These niggas ain't fucking with you, bro. These motherfucking bars, you spitting that real shit you dropping. That's what niggas need the motherfucking hip hop right now. All these niggas talking about this motherfucking popping mine and getting wet. These niggas loving top, man. Fuck all that bullshit, man. You a real motherfucking nigga. Keep dropping that real shit, and niggas gonna get on with that shit. Niggas need to get their boots laced up. Niggas need to get their motherfucking fringes, grow that beard out. Niggas need that soldier shit. You bringing that motherfucking shit, man. Keep laying that shit down. You understand? Because right now, we need real niggas, and you the last real nigga left. My nigga, Captain War. One west till they bury me. Y'all already know what it is. And the rest of you bitch ass niggas out there, fuck.
Smoke. 7:30. One west. You don't want no crowd.
They don't want no smoke. What I tell them? Fuck them. Pull up to their show. What you tell them? Fuck them. Hit them with the bow. What we tell them? Fuck them. They don't want no crowd. They don't want no smoke. What I tell them? Fuck them. Pull up to their show. What you tell them? Fuck them. Hit them with the bow. What we tell them? Fuck them. They don't want no crowd. You know my motto is fuck them. That's all I gotta say. Scope on the rifle that'll spot you from a mile away. Still getting women drunk off Hennessy and Alizé. Still with the niggas loading hollow tips inside the cave. Still be on that same shit, but I kinda changed with multiplying bitches. Might not see me with the same bitch, but you might see me riding 95 North in the black Mitsubishi 195 horse. Power with no sour, couple bottles there of course. R.I.P. to all my fallen riders in the morgue. Yeah, you know I got the juice, know I got the sauce. And the super fly full of Friday in the Porsche. I don't need a molly just to pop her out of drawers. Shorty getting naked cause she know that I'm the ball. Ready for that drama, man, I'm ready for the war. If he talking reckless, he don't really love his jaw. Fuck him to the DA, fuck him to the law. Fuck them cause they got my brother stuck behind them bars. Fuck them to the PD, fuck them to the force. Fuck them to the haters, just what I did in the cause. They don't want no smoke, what I tell them? Fuck them. Pull up to their show, what you tell them? Fuck them. Hit them with the foe, what we tell them? Fuck them. They don't want no pride. They don't want no smoke, what I tell them? Fuck them. Pull up to their show, what you tell them? Fuck them. Hit them with the foe, what we tell them? Fuck them. They don't want no pride. We got tons of guns, don't make us use it. Doing something stupid, resulting in being toothless. Getting raw topless in the whip like it's ruthless. Like my girl's chocolate with the chips, so she useless. Always been the nigga that's too big for the Gucci. Long as I got enough from your squeeze in the Thule. Couple extra clips that it scenes from your movie. Step up in the club.
Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshai Barakatham to all the brothers. In the Hebrew, that means may Yahweh bless you, brothers, in the name of who the world calls Christ. And to all you sisters, I say Shalom. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashem Yahshai. That means may Yahweh watch over you, sisters, in the name of who the world calls Christ. I'm priest and officer of 50 Shar Yawan under commanding General YAHANNA. And we are the I.S.U.P.K, which was started out of 1 West. 125th Street, Harlem, New York. All right. We've been teaching the truth of the Bible since 1969. We're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group or any other Christian organization. All right. Tonight is Friday's night Lashawan Qadash class. Brothers around the world are teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their original language. All right, the language that was given to Adam in the Bible, the 1611 King James Version. All right, we're teaching that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the Israelites according to the Bible. And our language is Hebrew. All right, we had a language before we were colonized, before we came over here, before we were sold to our oppressors, sold to our enemies. And this is the language that we're coming back to. All right. The I.S.U.P.K, we're teaching that language. We're revitalizing that language. Right? We're giving Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their own heritage, their own culture, their own identity. We're giving it back to you. It's been lost for too long. All right? So tonight is Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. Very important class. Make sure you tune in. All right? Hit the sign-in links. The sign-in links are in the chat. You're watching on YouTube or Facebook, like, share, subscribe. All right, make sure you sign in at the end of the class. I'll post the sign out links. All right, make sure you sign in and sign out. It's very important, all right? So we're going to get into it. We're going to do some review. Right, we're going to go over some of our basics. And then we're going to break down some scriptures as we get later on in the class, all right? So we're going to start off going over our alphabet. In the Hebrew, we have 22 characters, right? We call them characters because it's not like the English language where they just have letters. In the Hebrew, these characters mean something. All right, these characters are an image of something. And we're going to go over what each of these are. All right. So first we have a lot. We pronounce it ah. All right. And we write it out. This is the character. All right. This is the character in the Hebrew. This is how it would look. And in the Assyrian, it looks like this. All right. Matter of fact, let's leave off the Assyrian for today's class. We're just going to stick to the Lashawan Qadash, the Hebrew. All right. So this first character we have, it's called an alap. Alap means cow in English. And this character is a picture of an ox head. All right. We pronounce it ah. Every time you see this character in the Hebrew, for example, if you saw this right here is Abba. Abba, right? Abba means father. And when you see this character in the Hebrew, everything we write, every time we read, we write right to left. We read and write right to left. Not like English, which is left to right. Right? So this word, Abba Nawa, right? Abba Nawa means our father. And so the purpose of writing this out is so that you can see some of the characters, right? This next character is a Bayath, which means house. Right? So in this word, Abanawa, you see the Alap and you see the Bayath. And in the Hebrew, we have something called connectors, which you can see it underneath each character, right? A connector can look like this, or it can look like this, right? And so anytime you have a connector that looks like this, for example, you have Abba, okay. So what we have here in the Hebrew, these are called connectors, right? And so these connectors, they let us know how a word is to be sounded out. Okay? So for example, we have the alap. And alap is pronounced ah, right? Ah. So we see this first character, ah, ah. And beside it, we have a ba, right? A bayath. A bayath is pronounced ba. So we have a ah and a ba. So if you see this connector where it's not connecting the two characters, it's just singular, then you do the full pronunciation of each character, right? So again, the full pronunciation of an alap is ah, right here. It's showing that it's singular, meaning we pronounce the full character, right? So we pronounce ah. Same here, we would pronounce ba because it's all singular. So we have a ah, ba, na, wa, right? Abanawa, which means our our Father. But we have Abba Nawa, Abba Nawa, our Father. Now, if you saw the connector connecting both characters together, you're now fusing these two together, right? So instead of saying Abba, you would say Ab, right? Ab. All right. So this connector will change how the word is sounded out. So up here, we have A, Ba, Na, Wa. That's how we pronounce it. Down here, if it were to connect like this, it would be Ab, Na, Wa. Ab, Nawa. Ab, Nawa. But because this is how the word is properly spelled, we pronounce it Abba, Nawa. Abba, Nawa. Abba, Nawa. Right? Abba, Nawa, if you say it fast. Abba Nawa means our Father. All right. So that's just an example on how we sound out words. All right. So let's continue with the alphabet. Let's erase this. And we'll write out all 22 characters of the Hebrew. All right. Now, if anybody's a little advanced or further along than just the going over the alphabet, you can take a look at this side over here. And just as you're waiting, you can practice going over some of the prefixes and your suffixes. All right. All of these are very important, right? Anytime you have a prefix, meaning these characters are pre a word, like we had again, I'll put Abanawa. So Nawa is a possessive. You'll actually see it right here. Nawa. Right? Which means our. And over here we have a wa, which is a prefix. And again, pay attention to if you put this character before or after a word, because if you put it before, oh, Salakia. Let me pick a different word here. I was thinking of a different word. I was thinking of the word and. But anyway, so we have this possessive, meaning this is at the end of a word. Abba is our root word. Abba means father. Right? And when you add Nawa at the end, it means our. We now have our Father. Right? If we wanted to take out this possessive and put, or this suffix and put, let's say, her. So Abaha. Abaha would now mean her father. All right? And that's all one word, right? This is how we form sentences in the Hebrew. So now, what I was saying is, if you're a little advanced and you're done with the alphabet or you've done lots of practice with it, while you're waiting, just go over your prefix and suffixes. All right? Practice writing them out, right? Practice memorizing them, learning the words, right? That's very helpful in learning and understanding Hebrew, right? So again, if we put the suffix at the end of Abba and we use the suffix ha, it would mean her father. All right? All right, so let's get through this. We have a Gamal, Dalat, Hada, Wawa, and the Zion. All right? Put fourth hand, we have a Wawa, which is a hook. All right. So we got 7 characters up here. All right. These are the first 7 characters in the Hebrew. We have an alap, which is cow. We pronounce it ah, and this is the character. All right. Next, we have a bayath, which means house, and we pronounce it ba. All right. And this is the character of it right here. Next, we have a gomal, which we pronounce ga, and it means camel. Next is a dalat. We pronounce it da, and it means door. The next character is a hada. We pronounce it ha, and it means to put forth hand. The next character is a wawa. We pronounce it wa, and it is a hook. It's the character of a hook. And this last one here, we have a zayan, which we pronounce za, and it means weapon. All right. Again, make sure you hit that sign-in link. And before we end the class, make sure you sign out. All right. What's going on, Barak Ya'Allah? Yahweh Hashem Shabrakatha. What's going on, warrior?
Yahweh Hashem Shabrakatha. Tuning into class.
God, Most High in Christ. So right now, we're just going over the alphabet. Right? Just a little more in depth. We're showing the names of each of the characters, what they mean in the English, and how we pronounce it. All right? Did you want to take a minute to write these down, or do you already have these in your notes?
Salaka, you gave them to me last week.
Okay. Most High in Christ. So we get rid of these. We'll move on to the next ones. All right. So we left off with a Zayan, which is a weapon. Let's see if we can fit a little more. Next we have a Kama, Tana. We have a Yad,
Salakia, the one.
Khan.
Why is the comma not written with 2 A's?
Salakia, say that again.
Comma, why is it not written with 2 A's? The ka.
2 A's? I'm not sure. This is how I have it here. Kama. So this word Kama would actually be a ka, a ma, and a hada. Kama. Oh, Salakia. Ka is singular, and then the ma and the ha, the hada, connect, right? So this is how it's spelt, right? And Kama means wall. And when we pronounce it, it would be a ka and then a ma and a ha together. So this is how I was taught to write it out.
Kana or Khan.
This might just be, this might have been a typo. I'll get back to you on that, just to confirm that it is a typo. Or wherever, or who, the class that I got it down from, maybe an officer missed putting the A. And this is the way I wrote it down, but this is how I was taught to write it. And I'll double check and get that answer for you, okay?
Kana or Khan, Tuwada.
All right, so for now, I am going to leave it like this. And I'll get back to you on that answer, all right? So we have a Kama, Tana, a Yad, a Ka, a Lamad would be next. Lamad, Mayam, Napash, a Sawad, and an Ayan. All right, that should be enough. So now let's write out how they sound out. So Ka is pronounced like this. Ka. Tana is a ta. Yad is ya. Ka is ka. Lamad is la. Mayam is ma. Napash is na. Sawad is sa. And Ayan is I. All right. So as we go through these, you should see a pattern in how we pronounce out each of the characters, right? This language is very easy to learn. It's a very beautiful language. It's easy to understand. It's clear, right? So this kama is pronounced ka. Then we have a ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I. Right? That's how we pronounce everything. Now the ayan, which means eyeball or eye, is one of two characters that doesn't end with an A at the end. All right? You'll see the only two characters we have by the end of this that do not end in an A, looks like it, is the ah and the I. All right? And the ah ends in an H, and the I is just on its own. We just pronounce it by itself. Right? All the other 20 characters in the Hebrew, they all end with an A. All right. So let's get more of these down. The symbol for the kama is almost like a ladder. The ta is a little basket. Ya. Let's get these down. All right, so we have the yad. The yad is a symbol of a hand. Let's get all these down. The kaf is the palm of your hand. Lamad, the la looks just like an L in the English. Just like the zayan, which is weapon, looks like a Z in the English. Z or Z, it's the same character. You can see where some of the languages today got their characters and their sounds, the pronunciation from, right? It all comes out of Hebrew. It all comes from the Lashawan Qadash. All right. This is the language that Noah and his sons spoke. And before the Tower of Babel, before the languages were confused, before the languages were separated and man began to speak different languages, right? Everyone through Noah was speaking the Lashawan Qadash. They were speaking the Hebrew. All right. So next, the Mayam. It's like this. The Pash. We have a Sa, which is a flag, and the Ayan, which is the picture of an eye. All right. Let's write all these down. We have Kamash. Kamash is a wall. A Tanah is a basket. The Yad is a hand. The Kaf is palm of hand. If you take a look at the palm of your hand, you'll see some lines running through your palm. Right? The Lamad. The Lamad are teaching sticks. Mayam, I believe, is water. Water. Then we have Napash. Pash. Your soul or breathing. Sawad is a flag. And Ayan is an eye. All right. So we got 8 more characters up on the board. As we do these classes, I highly encourage to take notes. Take notes so you have something to look over. You have something to go home and practice with. All right. And that's for all I.S.U.P.K classes. All right. Friday nights, we got Lashawan Qadash. And then every other night, we got heavy classes, right? No Cowards Canada on Saturday. We got scripture breakdown. Make sure you sign in, tune in. We go from 8 till 10 p.m. every Saturday. All right. We break down this Bible, gain some knowledge and understanding on what this book and what these verses are saying. Right? We got Monday history class. You learn your history. Tuesday night brotherhood class. Learn how to treat your brothers and sisters, your Akim and your Akwathin. Right? Wednesday night law class. Right? Learn the laws, statutes and commandments, the Constitution of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? We got to take notes in all of these classes. Right? Be in class 7 days a week. Take notes. Right? Take notes. Go over your notes. Write it down 10 times if you have to. Right? All right. That's it on this. So we got a couple more. We're almost through it all. I think we got 7 more to go through.
Salak, I want 6 more.
Come on. What's up?
6 more characters.
Oh, come on. Most on Chris. We got 6 more to go through. 6 more to go through. I'll write it out a little bigger. We got a little more space. All right, so we have a paw. We have a taziyad. Taziyad, which I believe is a tomahawk. We got a qawash. Qawash. Ra'ash. Ra'ash. We have a shan. Shan is a tooth. And then we have tha. Tha. All right, which is a mark. So again, all of these characters end in an ah. The ah sound or the A, the letter A. That's how we pronounce it. So the pa is a pa. Taza. A qua. Ra. A sha. And a tha. All right. And those are the last 6 characters. This is how we pronounce these up. So we got a pa, taza. So when you see the Q, you pronounce it qua. Qua. Right? A Q and an A together is qua. So pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, tha. All right? Those are the last characters in the Hebrew. All right? Pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, and a tha. All right? And what these mean in the English, a pa is a mouth. The taziyad is a tomahawk. Tomahawk. The qawash is a snare. Right? Ra'ash is head. The shan is teeth. And the tha means mark. Right? I remember this as X marks the spot. It's almost like an X. Right? So those are our last 6 characters. Again, we got the pa, to za, kwa, ra, sha, and a tha. All right. And so after getting down our alphabet, the next thing to learn or to practice, what you want to know all your characters, what they look like, and you want to know your pronunciation, right? This is very important. Once you learn how to pronounce these words, pronounce these characters, you can start reading Hebrew, right? So what we would do for practice, Barak Allah, if you could pronounce each character from the Allah also all the way down to the Tha.
Karawakan. Allah. Bayat. Gamal.
Oh, Salakia, just the pronunciation.
Karawakan. A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, ba, teza, kwa, ra, shata.
God, Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. We get that down, right? As Barak Allah has down, he's been studying, practicing, right? Once we get those down, then we're able to read the Hebrew, right? So let's keep going. All right, Salaki, let's keep going. So what we're going to go over next, just going to review our numbers. That's what we're doing for time. All right, you know what? Let's we're gonna move into our lesson. We're gonna leave that review for now. All right. So that's just a little deeper understanding on the 22 characters in the Hebrew. What we're gonna go over today is we're gonna break down Psalms chapter 149 in the Hebrew. See if I can, I'm going to share my screen. I'll get Psalms 149 up in the Blue Letter Bible. Psalms 149. We'll get some practice reading in the Assyrian. And then I'll translate from the Assyrian into the Lashawan Qadash. All right, we're going to start in Psalms 149. 149 and verse 6. Share my screen. Where are we at? All right. So what we got up right now is we got open the Blue Letter Bible app, All right, you're a brother in the school. This is a good app to use. A lot of brothers use it. All right, it'll help you understand definitions, the root words, the origin of words. It'll help you see where the Hebrew is, right? You can pull up the interlinear and read each word for word in the Hebrew, translate it each word for word in the Hebrew. It's a good app to use. It's not what I use. It's not my favorite app, but it's definitely a good one. All right. So we're starting in Psalms. We're going to start in Psalms 149, and we're starting in verse 6. All right. Barak Ya Allah, can you read that okay? Is that big enough on your screen?
Well, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I don't want.
Okay, Khan, no sweat. So if you could, we're going to do some practice reading the Assyrian. Where'd I put my marker? We're going to practice reading it out in the Assyrian. And as we read that out, I'll get the Lashawan Qadash up on the board, all right?
Khan. You want me to start reading now?
Khan, go ahead.
Rawa ma wa al bagara wa nam waka rav paya wat
Khan.
paya dam.
By your dom, Most High in Christ. I think you damn near did that perfect. So what we got, Slovakia. So Psalms 149 and 6 in the Hebrew is Rawam Mawath Al Bagar Wanam Wakarab Hayat Yawath Bayadam. All right, that's Psalms 149 and verse 6 in the Hebrew. So something that we also do in these classes, we definitely go over the Assyrian. As you see, looking at this blue letter Bible, most of our texts are written in Assyrian. So it's important to practice both the Assyrian and the Lashawan. All right, both the Assyrian and the Hebrew. We got to know how to translate these words from Assyrian to the Hebrew. All right. Bear with me, I almost got it up. Hayap. Yawath. Yawath Bayadam. Bayadam. All right, so this is how it would sound out. This is how we sounded out in the Assyrian or Salakia. This is how we sounded out in the Hebrew. let's spell it out. So we have a Ra, Rawa, we have a Ma, Wa, and a Tha. So we have Rawam, Mawat. All right. This is how we spell it out in the Hebrew. Rawam, Mawat. As I said earlier, everything in the Hebrew we write out right to left. All right. All. Bagar. Wa. Na. And then we have Wa. Karab. Karab. Payap. Payap. Yawath. And finally, we got Bayadam. Bayadam. All right. And that's how we write out Psalms 149 and verse 6 in the Hebrew. So let me get to the verse. We can read it out in the English. And then one more time in the Hebrew. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 149 and verse 6. It says, "Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand." All right. Rawamawath. Right? Rawamawath. Let the Salakia. That means let the high. And then we have all. Right? All, which means power. God. Be in their mouth. Be in their mouth is Bagar Wanam. And then we have Wakarab. Wakarab. And what that means is sword. Then we have Payap Yawath. Payap Yawath. Payap Yawath. And what that means, let me go down to my interlinear. Payap Yawath. Payap Yawath means a two-edged. And the last we got Bayadam. Bayadam. And what ba yadam means is in their hand. All right. So, Lucky, I'll be back in 1 minute. All right. Give you a chance to take this down. All right. Salakia. Khan, what's going on?
What does Rawamawat means?
Rawam Mawath?
Khan.
Khan, let's pull that up. Rawam Mawath. The Rawam Mawath is the high. Rawam Mawath means the high. All is power. All right. How they would say it in the Assyrian, or what we call today the Yiddish, is El, right?
Khan.
They would say Elohim, right? We understand the correct pronunciation is Alahayim. So when you just see all, right, that just means power. And in this tense, all that should be singular. Let me double check and pull it up. When you see Elohim or Alahayim, that means multiple powers. Or powers plural, right? Oh, Salakia. Yeah, so something that always bugs me about Blue Letter Bible is because I find the application so big, sometimes it freezes on me. All right, let's drop that. Let's jump over to verse 7. If I can get this to load. Dang, it just decided to freeze on me. Okay, 1 moment. Go Blue Letter Bible. Restart it. Salaki, can you hear me okay, Ak?
Khan.
Okay, Okay, so it's not my internet. Something's bugging with the app right now. Blue Letter Bible. For some reason it don't want to open. Okay, I might have to drop that. Oh, here we go. All right, we're back up. So, I'm going to go to Psalms 149 and verse 7. Psalms 149. All right, we should be shared. Psalms 149, verse 7 is right here. All right, so we got the interlinear up again. We're on verse 7. Why don't you give that a try and try reading that out in the Assyrian, or sound it out in the Lashawan Qadash.
Khan. Laishawat. Nakwama. Bagawayam. Tawakakat. Bal. Amayat.
You said, Salak, you pronounce that last one again?
Amayat. Salakia. Amayam.
Amayam. Amayam. Bal Amayam.
Khan.
God, once I increase. Let's get this up. We got, so that first word we got, oh man. Here we go. All right, so that first word we got here, La'ishwath. La'ishwath. Nakwama. Nakwama. Bagayam. Bagayam. Thawakath. Thawakath. And then Baal. Bal Amayam. Bal Amayam. All right, that's Psalms 149 and verse 7. La'aishwath Nakwama Bagayam Thawak Kath Bal Amayam. All right, I'm going to spell it out. Spell out each word in the Hebrew. And then I'll break each word, what each word down means in the English. All right. So we got Allah, La'aish, Wath, Na, Naquam, Naquama. We got Bagal, Bagayam, Bagayam, Thawak, Thawak Ka. And last word here, we got Bala, Allah, Mayam. All right. That's Psalms 149 and verse 7. So we got Psalms 149 and verse 7. And it says, La'aishwath. Let's read this verse out in the English. Psalms 149 and verse 7 says, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people. All right. La'aishwath Nakwama Bagayam Thawak Kath Bal Amayam. And what this means in English, La'aishwath means to execute. La'aishwath is to execute. Nakwama is vengeance. Nakwama is vengeance. Then we have Bagayam. Bagayam means upon the heathen. Bagayam. The next word we have
Salaki, other one.
Khan.
For Bala Mayam, the Ba and the La are actually connected.
Oh, Salaki, did I spell that out wrong?
Khan.
Bal, Mayam. Khan. Salaki. That's good studying you're doing. Right?
What other one?
So when we have the ball, right? We're not saying ba la, we're saying ball. So the ba and the la are connected.
And the Ha is A.
Khan. And then right here, ball, that's a singular, ma, a ya, and a ma. So this is ball, ma, yam. Ball, ma, yam. All right, Selaki, where were we? We were on this word here is thawakath. Thawakath in English means punishments. Punishments. And then we have ball. So when you see the ba and the la connected, that first word there is upon. And then amayam is the people. Amayam is the people. So bal amayam is upon the people. All right. And that's everything for Psalms 149 and 7. Let's jump down to verse 8. All right, we're going to finish out in Psalms 149 and 9. We're going to break down the rest of the chapter. All right, so we're going to go Psalms 149 and verse 8. I'll pull that up on the screen. All right, so we got Psalms 149 and 8. So, Lakia, go ahead and try reading that verse out in the Hebrew.
Khan. La Asar. Malakaya Am.
God.
Bazakwayam. Wanak Badayam.
Wanak Bad Yaham. Wanak Bad Yaham.
Wanak Badyam.
Yeah.
Bakabal ya. Barzal.
Barzal. Khan. All right, just bear with me 1 sec. Let me get this up on the board here. Yaham. Wanak Bad Yaham. Ba Kabaya. Ba Kabalia. Barzal. Barzal. All right. So this is Psalms 149, and we're on verse 8. All right. This is the breakdown of the Hebrew. Let me see. I'll make a little more space, and I'll write out the English beneath it. All right. So we have a law, asar, law, asar. Make sure I write each of these words out correctly. We got malak, yaham, we have malak, yaham, bazak, yam, bazak yam. We have wanak bad yaham, wanak bad yaham, wanak bad yaham, bakabaya, bakab, baka, baka, bal, yeah, barzal, barzal. All right. And there we have the Lashawan Qadash. So this is Psalms or Salakia. Barak Allah, give this a try, reading this out in the Lashawan Qadash.
La Sar.
Asar,
Malak Yaham.
malak yaham,
Bazakyam.
bazakyam,
Wanak Badyaham.
wanak bad yaham, kan,
Bakal Balya.
Kabbalah, Ka,
Barzal.
Barzal, Most High in Christ. Well done, warrior. Your practice is definitely showing. You understand? And this is what we're supposed to do. Right? The scriptures say, rehearse righteous acts. You understand? The only way we're going to learn this Bible, learn our language, is to practice. Practice, rehearse. And this is how we become new. This is how we become new people. You understand? That old self that we had in the world, we had to kill that man. Become somebody different. Become somebody honorable. Somebody righteous. You understand? Every Friday night, we got Lashawan Qadash class from 7 till 9 p.m. A lot of people in the world, they're out drinking right now. They're at a bar, they're at a club. You understand? Sitting in a strip club somewhere, doing something they shouldn't be doing. Men in the I.S.U.P.K, they're at home studying. They're at home learning their language, learning their culture, learning their history, taking notes, practicing, rehearsing the righteous acts. That way we can serve Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You understand? All this work that we do is for our nation, for our people. You check out I.S.U.P.K's YouTube page, you see the work we did. We had men on the ground over in Salakia. Were they in Cuba? Or not Cuba. They were in Mexico, Salakia.
Mexico, I don't want.
They made it down to Mexico. You understand? They were feeding the people of Haiti, feeding the people that were sick, in need, in hungry, and in thirst. You understand? Our Haitian brothers and sisters, they're trying to find refuge because their country is destroyed. It's in shambles because the ground decided to shake. You understand? This earthquake destroyed their homes, destroyed their land, destroyed their country. And these brothers and sisters were seeking refuge. You understand? And the only people to do something worthy and honorable to help our brothers and sisters, to give them life, to give them food, to give them something to look forward to, was the men in the I.S.U.P.K. And this is what everything's about. It's about serving our people. You understand? We don't just sit here and study every night for ourselves, but we use this knowledge to wake brothers and sisters up, to give them something that will change their life. You understand? To put a crown on a man's head, on another Black, Hispanic, or Native American man's head. You understand? What we do is for the future of our nation. The men who decide to follow Christ, they'll be rewarded with rulership. These are the men we're building in the I.S.U.P.K. Understand? This is what it's all about. So this is Psalms 149 and verse 8. What it says in the English: to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. All right. Let's break down each word. So this first word we have, oh Slaki, let me write it on the board. La asar. La asar means to bind, right? You look up on the board over here, you'll see we got a prefix, right? Anytime you see this la character at the beginning of a word, right? It means two or four, right? And then we have a common verb, bind. Bind is a verb. So we have la asar, to bind. La asar is to bind. And then you see this word malak. Malak is a root word. It means king. You understand? You have malak. And then you have, when you would just put yam, yam would be plural, meaning kings. And then we have balak. We have the ha in between the ya and the ma. And I would have to pull up my notes if I'm not mistaken. When you have that ha in there in the Hebrew, it's supposed to be speaking to something feminine. Let me see what they got here. So this Strong says noun masculine, king. Right? Malak. Malak is a root word there, king. All right. Oops, Salaki. Did I lose it? Where we at? Right. So we have Malak Yaham. Malak Yaham. This is plural. It's just letting you know it's kings, plural. Then we got Bazak Yam, right? You see that root word Bazak? And then Yam is plural. So we got Bazak. Bazak means chains. Chains. Bazak Yam. Bazak Yam. Bazak Yam. With chains. This next word we got here. That's Slaki. We got a long word here. We got Wanak. Wanak Bad Yaham. Wanak Bad Yaham. Wanak Bad Yaham. Wanak Bad Yaham. And what this means in the English, right? We have a wa is and. We have a na. What do we got? You see that wa means and. And they're nobles. All right. That's how they translated it in the English. Wanak Bad Yaham, and they're nobles. Kabad is a root word in there. Kabad, nobles. We have Ba Kabalia. Ba Kabalia. Let's see if we got another word for this. Bakabalia. The biblical usages they've used it for this word is to bond, is for bond and fetters. So this root word kabal, we have fetters. All right. And then this last word we got here in the English. Let me jump down. Barzal. Barzal. Barzal is iron. All right. And there's your breakdown of Psalms 149 and verse 8.
Salakia, the one.
Okay.
For ba kabalia, kabal is the root word.
So Ba Kabalia, pull that up. So Ba Kabalia, the root word we have in there is kabal.
Kanamakan.
And the Strong's definition of that means to twine or braid together, a fetter. So that word kabal is a ka, a ba, and a la. Kabal. To twine or braid together means a fetter. All right. So that was Psalms 149 and verse 8. To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. All right. I'm going to break this last verse down. Go to Psalms 149 and verse 9. Psalms 149 and verse 9. I'm going to write this one out a little smaller. I want to get everything on the board. So Salaki, Braki, Allah, go ahead and read that in the Hebrew whenever you get the chance.
Daesh for what?
Okay.
Baham. Mashapat. Katwab. Hadar. Hawa. Nakal. Kasayad, Kasayad, Kasyadyaw, Kasyadyawa, Al, Alala, Ala, Alalwa,
Halal,
Halal,
halal wa yaha.
Halal Waya,
God, I'm saying crazy. All right, give me 1 second. I almost got this up. Kasiyad yawa, halal wa yaha. Halal wa yaha. All right. Let's spell all this out in the Hebrew. Get these characters up here. So this is Psalms 149 and verse 9. We have La'aish, Wath, La'aishwath. La'aishwath, Baham, La'aishwath, Baham, Mashapat, Ma, Shapat, Ma, Mashapat, Kathwab, Kathwab, Hadar, Hadar, Lakal, Lakal, Kasa, Kasayad, Kasayad, Yawa. And then we have Halal, Halal, Wa, Yaha, Wa, Yaha. All right. Let's go over my spelling one more time. Make sure we got everything correct. We have La'aish, Wath, Baham, Masha, Pat, Kath, Wab, Hadar, Lakal, Kasa, Yad, Yawa, Halal, Wa, Yaha. All right. That's our breakdown of Psalms 149 and verse 9 in the Hebrew. La'ishwath, Baham, Mashapat, Kathwab, Hadar, Lakal, Kasa, Yad, Salakia, Kasa, Yad, Yawa, Halal, Wa, Yaha. All right. We'll break down each of these words in the English. Go over it in the English. This is Psalms chapter 149 and verse 9, and it reads, "To execute upon them the judgment, written this honor, have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh." Praise ye the Lord. Psalms 149 and verse 9. La I.S.U.P.K, La I.S.U.P.K in the English means to execute. La I.S.U.P.K is to execute. Baham. Baham is upon them. Baham, upon them. Mashapat. Mashapat means the judgment. Mashapat is the judgment. Kathwab. Kathwab in English means written. Kathwab is written. Hadar. Hadar. Hadar in the English means this honor. Hadar is this honor. Lakal. Lakal in English means have all. Have all. Lakal. Kasad. Salakia. Kasa Yad Yahweh. Kasad. Kasa Yad Yahweh. Salakia. Kasa Yad Yahweh. Kasa Yad Yahweh. Kasa Yad Yahweh. Kasa Yad Yahweh in English means saints. Kasa Yad Yahweh is saints. And the last word is halal wa yaha. Halal wa yaha. Halal means praise. Halal wa, praise ye. Halal wa is praise ye or praise he. Halal wa, praise he. Yaha. Yaha is the Lord. Halal wa yaha, praise ye the Lord. Halal wa yaha, praise ye the Lord. All right. Salakia Brakia Allah, do you have any questions about this verse?
On this verse, La, the one.
Come, Most High in Christ. So with that said, we got another Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. All right, this is No Cowards Canada. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to get the sign out links in the chat. Make sure you sign out. If you haven't signed in already, make sure you sign in. Hit those links, sign in, and sign out, all right? Make sure you sign out before we end the class, all right? I'm going to put the sign out links up in just 1 minute, all right? Put the sign out links up in 1 minute. So with that said, we're going to end the class. Let's clap it up. I'm going to give the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. One minute. Slovakia. All right. These are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Upcoming holy convocations. Today is Slovakia. Today is Friday, September the 24th. We are currently in the Feast of Tabernacles. The Feast of Tabernacles is on the 15th day of the 7th month for 8 days. We started the Feast of Tabernacles on Monday the 20th, and it will be ending on Tuesday, 28th of September. You can find it in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 34 to verse 44. With that said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers and a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I.M.A.J.I.M, which means stand. Going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, I.M.A.J.I.M Shabbat. I.M.A.J.I.M, Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai Barakatham. Which means Yahweh bless you in the name of Yahweh Shai. To all you brothers, Yad Yamatah, which means hands down. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters, Sar Akwathin, which means turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel, I.M.A.J.I.M Shabbat, I.M.A.J.I.M, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem Yahushai, which means may Yahweh watch over you, sisters, in the name of who the world calls Christ, Yad Yamatah, which means hands down. Class dismissed. Let's clap it up. All right, make sure you hit the sign it out links. I'm putting the sign out links in the chat as we speak. All right. All right. Shalom, Israel.
West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west till the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west till the death till they bury me. I be one west till the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Getting dividends, so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nominee and domino. So what the fuck you trying to do? Rhyming comical, cause it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas popping shit. Team of all stars, I coach them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid. Shit's gotten retarded since all the dominance. One west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group minds for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They ride by black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper, been the stopper since the teeny popper. But now I'm going on Patron and premium a vodka. I put his engines on the block, modify the chopper. The score heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on the name of rapper, do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat song, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every